A story from Alice in Wonderland. After Alice went down the rabbit hole, she found herself at a crossroads, and in the company of the Cheshire Cat. Unsure which direction to take, she asked the cat, "Excuse me, sir, do you know which is the right road for me to travel down?" The cat replied, "It really depends which way you're going." Alice looked back at the cat and said, "Well, I actually don't know which way I'm going." To which the cat responded, "Then it doesn't matter which road you take." How many times in life have you found yourself standing there at crossroads, not really knowing which way to go, stuck in procrastination and delay in making decisions because you don't know which is the right path? Knowing which path to take is easy when you're clear on your direction, and this is why setting goals is so essential to your success in every aspect of life. Setting goals gives us a starting point, a crystal clear understanding of the right paths to take when travelling the road to our destination, as well as a believable vision and a sense of knowing where we'll end up. But how do you do it? Well, if you want to become a Time Lord, maybe it's time you became a smart arse. A goal needs to give you a clear direction, so that whenever you find yourself at a crossroads, and you will every second of every day, you'll be able to make an instant decision and move forward quickly. Our brains are hardwired to actively respond to the goals we set. When we set our goals, we set the filters in our brain to notice consciously things that are relevant to us achieving that goal, and to filter out what's irrelevant. So you can think of these filters a bit like Google. Imagine if Google was the only way you were to experience the world. Now, if you typed in the word fear, all you'd find is lots and lots of things about fear. You might even think that fear is all there is in the world. If you typed in love, all you'd know in the world would be love. And so as you went through each day, you'd be aware of these examples of love, and this would reinforce your filtering for love. So you would see, hear and feel more love. Your filters are always in action, and they're set by you. And a way you can set those filters is by setting goals. Now, for your goal to be highly charged and for it to put your filters into action, there are ways of setting goals that make your chances of achievement much easier. And in the world of goal setting, we're told to set SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time-framed. However, parts of that framework just don't work for me. Who's to say what's achievable and realistic? Realistic and achievable? Tell Elon Musk what's realistic and achievable. I have a client who was turnover about £4 million, and over a couple of years he got up to about 6, and that had taken him 5 years in total. He started a new business with a goal of 10 million in the first year. Now, based on history, that's probably not realistic or achievable. But he smashed it, and in less than 7 years he's now budgeted to turn over 120 million. Who's going to tell him what's achievable and realistic? If we set achievable goals, we're setting ourselves up for mediocrity. And you know what? It's a busy place. When my client started his business, he was in a really busy marketplace, thousands of competitors. Now he's got about a dozen competitors. It's a less crowded environment when you set unreasonable goals. So get rid of achievable and realistic and replace that with action orientated. What steps will you take to achieve the goal? And relevant. Is it relevant to you, or is it someone else's goal? Is it a should goal? Should have a sports car, 2.3 kids, big house. There's nothing wrong with that if it turns you on, but for some they are should goals. You should do this, you should do that, and that can be a right turn off. So now SMART becomes specific, measurable, action orientated, relevant and time framed. But there's still something missing. And just a couple of months back I started a new client. I asked him to do me a list of his goals. What he gave me was more a list of tasks than goals. All he actually needed to do was get up with his arse and do them. And arse got me thinking of an acronym. How can you put your SMART goals on steroids? Well, you can by adding A, for accountability. Have someone hold you accountable. R for rewarding. That could be a set of rewards on your way for achieving a goal. You've not achieved the goal yet, but you're rewarding yourself for taking action towards the goal. S for shared. Put the accountability on steroids. I don't know if you've ever had a good Just Giving page, but it gives you motivation in those moments when you're not feeling motivated. It taps into us not wanting to let people down. And E for ecological. Does it fit into the wider picture? So, sales department can double the sales, but can the marketing department generate the leads? Can the ops department produce the goods, etc.? How does it fit into the bigger picture? So, when goal setting, make sure your goals are specific, measurable, action orientated, relevant, time framed, and to put them on steroids, add accountability, rewarding, shared and ecological. Moral of the story? If you're not achieving your goals, maybe it's time to become a smart arse. It only works to give it a go. You'll thank me later.